Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Monday Night Football on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a terrific matchup on tap between the Atlanta Falcons and the Denver Broncos. With that, we're off to the Rocky Mountains. Standing by in Denver, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Just a short time ago, sounds loud enough to reverberate across the Rockies. They're ready for football in Denver as the Broncos get set to do battle with the Atlanta Falcons. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, happy to be with you. And CD, as we get this thing going, give the folks at home something to keep their eye on.
The running game for both teams, because I think this is going to be an old-fashioned, old-school type of a game. Physical, who wins up front, who runs the ball the best and controls the clock, they will come out the victor.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general.
And what I enjoyed watching this week when we had a chance to watch them at practice, the easy camaraderie that he has with his offense.
A lot of respect.
A lot of respect, and frankly, I thought it spilled over to the defense. All the defensive guys were coming over and teasing and joking with him. You can tell they respect the heck out of him and really want to play well for him.
Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. And the big boys up front in the trenches, what do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a handoff here to his running back. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. And this defensive line will be looking to control the point of attack.
And that's what they've done throughout this season. This is a terrific unit. They play together very, very well, and they don't permit big plays to happen.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9.
I'm coming after you.
Looking to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat. Complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
The Falcons send out their punter. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. He'll send this away to the Rocky Mountain Knight, and it's a good one. Fielded at about the 28. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller.
And what's a quarterback's best friend?
Balance?
I think you're right. I agree with you. You know, a lot of guys would say great receiver, right? A terrific offensive line. But I agree with you, balance, because if you can run the ball effectively, that just opens things up for guys who want to throw it and gives you easier passing lanes and easier coverages to read.
And they said balance will be a focus in this one.
Yeah, they don't want it all just heaped on his shoulders, I don't believe. I think they want to make sure they take some of the pressure off.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there. 54 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Well, I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
Charles, as the Falcons come back out here on offense, you got to help me process their 2019 season. One thing for sure, fair to say that they were a second-half team, as in second half of the season, because this club started 1-7, 6-game losing streak, weeks 3 through 8. The talk about Dan Quinn maybe being let go, and maybe it was a team that needed to bottom out and get a high draft pick. But then a funny thing happened. They started to win.
Yeah, maybe I should get a cardigan, get a pipe, sit down and listen to you talk your way through this team, because it's a lot to process, isn't it? But one thing about Dan Quinn as their head coach, relentlessly positive. Never let go of that. The team stayed with him. Many people thought maybe he might have lost the team. He never did. And they had that big finish, 6-2, one of the best marks in football, including beating New Orleans on the road, beating San Francisco on the road. So when you look at it, ownership said, hey, this team likes playing for this coach. Let's give it one more shot. Now, he'll have to retool his staff a little bit again. But bottom line is that team believed in their head coach. Head coach believed in his team. They've got a chance in 2020 to get back in the NFC South race. I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Well, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. As Denver comes back out here offensively, this is a team, Charles, that finished the season 7-9. 1 for their last 5 to get to that mark. Really what killed their chances was that 0-4 start to the season. A couple of those losses were really heartbreakers in the final seconds of the game.
And they were hurt by injuries as well because they lost 2 of their bigger, better players early in the season. Bradley Chubb, outside linebacker, defensive end, and Jawan James, starting offensive tackle. They exit early, don't really play much this season. But this Broncos team, they feel like they found their quarterback in Drew Lock down the stretch, because at one point, if you said inept when you talked about the Denver offense, you were on target. Down the stretch with Drew Lock, though, started to show some sparks of life, and they feel good about heading into 2020.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Partner, your thoughts on this D-line?
I love a unit that can control the run and get after the passer. This is an all-around terrific defensive front. Hard to move the ball against them on the ground, and then when you want to throw it, look out. Here they come after the quarterback.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, Everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually up to about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side, and that's caught inside the 35. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 37 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta. A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Took nearly the entire first half, but a first red zone opportunity for him here. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. And he'll give it here to his running back. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. From 6 yards away as they are now on the board here in the first half.
And that drive we just saw that culminated in a touchdown, exactly what many offenses are looking for. Sustained ones that can impose their will on the other team.
Now the try here for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. That drive goes 80 yards in 6 plays. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And an alley to run. And it'll be an excellent return as he's all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
Well, that return gives him a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. They were forced to punt last time. Now, I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
And to give this time to the tailback. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Broncos have taken the lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I get some more. I get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10.
On the double. Mike by two. Let's go, team. Gonna be a long day. Go.
On 1st down, they'll run it on the draw play. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
2nd and 2. Going up top. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more. I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report, but business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there. Need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. 5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down.
High 7. It's been a long day for you. And 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. 5.
They'll look to throw here. Wide open receiver, complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
Come on. You better bring it. 58, right over there. Right over there. Hey, Echo. 58, right there. Oh, here we go. Oh. 58 to Mike. 58. 58 to Mike. All day, baby. All day.
He'll drop to throw. Throws right side, and that's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A first down and then some. 36 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Set. 10-2 stop.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Set. 90 Wolf. It's a party now. You draw Crawford. Check 3, check 3. Hey. Go.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
Hit it. Mike, 58, right there. Let's go. 58 to Mike, 58. 58 to Mike. Watch the run. Go. Good shot, baby. Sit up. And 58 is a Mike. Ready.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Easy work. It's easy work. It's coming again.
A field goal try forthcoming now for the Broncos. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And this one is right through. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So a well-paced drive. They were able to calmly take it down the field, and then they finished the half with 3 points.
Yeah, and that's what's commonly known as playing the 2-for-1 game, right? Being able to get the points at the end of the half, knowing you're getting the ball to start the second half, gives you a chance to go out and double what you got done in the first half.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. 9 seconds to play, likely the final snap of the first half as it's 1st and 10. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This game's had a little bit of everything thus far, and certainly plenty to look forward to, as the teams are right back out there for the second half. So we'll get right back out there as well, as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Well, partner, let's put a bow on the Super Bowl for Kansas City. What a comeback win. Yet another come-from-behind victory for Patrick Mahomes and company. An absolute heartbreak for San Francisco.
Didn't Madden predict Kansas City would win the game?
Yes, 35-31, I believe they predicted.
I felt like most of the predictions I saw had the game in the 30s, so a little bit lower scoring than we expected. But a lot of fireworks down the stretch, all by Kansas City. But how about San Francisco? Had the lead in the ball, under 12 minutes to go, and held Kansas City to 10 points through 3 quarters. And somehow they're winging their way back to San Francisco, trying to understand how they lost that game.
Yeah, not only did Kansas City win it, but they end up winning it by 11 points. They didn't see that coming at all.
He'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
58, Mike. I can't believe they let you play.
2nd and 6. And here is a leaping catch. He pulled it in. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 43.
Hey, team 6, team 6.
Go 58 to Mike.
Hey!
58, boys, 58.
He'll look to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. It's a gain of 5, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Yo, go! Hey, exit.
Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Go.
2nd and 5. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
What has not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete, but you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
Go.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half.
Here we go.
Would have been a decently long field goal, 51 yards from here, but instead they're going to go for it.
Pull it high.
Watch the safety creep. Jim.
Cut. Ready?
They'll try and run for it. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And down to the 16-yard line. 18 big yards on that one and a Denver first.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense get a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Out.
Yep.
Motion, I got one. Check.
Gone.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A 16-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos push further out in front. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Call that a very strong gain of 24. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back to throw now on first down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 40.
Nice idea, nice concept there. Line him up on the left side of the formation, let him sneak his way across, coming back underneath, put it in his hands, let him get a few more yards after the catch, too.
Great way to utilize a tight end on the drag route.
Let's go now. 70, Indy.
50 to Mike. Here we go. Watch the edge.
They'll drop the throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now back to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Watch twist. Watch it.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
They definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got it 3rd and goal now as they try to punch in a late touchdown. Back to throw. And it's caught. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They're going to look to throw. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Falcons get a bit closer.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right. And if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know.
It doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
They go for just 1 here as it's up and good. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And the Falcons score to cap it off. Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Broncos are going to get the football. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
30 base.
Mike, 58, right there. And let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball right here. Rush in. Rush in. Rush in.
And he'll give it here to his running back. He's got the first down here inside the 30. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Check 3. Check three, check three.
Now!
Hey, 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic.
Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot.
Let's get that ball. 58.
Go.
58.
Now.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And some space here. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great play there. 29 yards. And the Broncos push further out in front.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a two-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. 1 play, 2 plays, touchdown. That's all it took there. A very short and sweet drive that got him in the end zone. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. A throw over the middle, taken in, and they're able to get this one across the 35. They'll set up the throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. He's got his man on the crossing route. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. Back to throw here. Wide open receiver complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 27-yard line. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again. Check it.
Now a play fake here on first down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Second and 10 now from the 27. Second and 10. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at third and 10. They'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 13-yard line. And Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal, win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a great feeling that is. You don't even mind if people are at your house when you get home after a win like that.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Broncos are winners as we say so long from Denver.